Guests, welcome. Students, parents and other family members, teachers and staff members, trustees, our local politicians and civic leaders, and friends of the school. Welcome to the 2023 graduation exercise of Berkshire Arts and Technology Charter Public School. I'm Jay White, BART's Executive Director, and what a pleasure it is for me to open the event today. First though, we have just a bit of business. Because we want this event live and in any recordings that are being made today to not be interrupted with cell phones, I would ask right now, take your phone out, confirm that it's either silenced or off. Great, thank you. Now, seems like you just sat down, I would ask all who are able to stand for our national anthem. It will be sung today by seniors Mia Franklin and Matthew Lizzo, and joined on guitar by senior Jordan Zaviter. Mia, Matt, Jordan, please come to the stage.
We won.
This is quite the year that we're finishing, seniors, and what years you have already lived. And the age in which we find ourselves is historic. Even though history is steady, an accumulation of happenings and events and activities, be they tiny and contained in one human's life, or titanic and affecting all of civilization, history is occasionally marked by events that touch every single human. The last 3 years contained multiple such events, and right now is one of those times that contains and holds us all. And now, in the midst of that, we at BART are ready to release into the world a new generation of thinkers and protectors and leaders. You are graduates of 2023, are those individuals. And we all are gathered here today only to celebrate you. I know that today may feel to some of you like an ending, but every optimist, I see it not as an ending, but as a beginning. One where we reflect some on your years here at BART, yet stare firmly and confidently with you forward and into the future. We're here to celebrate with you, our graduating seniors. We're here to bask in your promise, and we're here to begin to imagine the world that you are going to build. We know that Earth already exists, and some of you science students can certainly talk a lot with me about that. Earth's oceans turn, its continents drift on enormous plates, and its atmosphere fills our lungs and rolls and bundles down Mount Greylock. Boundaries are in place, some porous, some liquid, some mountains. Cultures are in place too. But seniors, I am sure that you're not going to be daunted or intimidated by what stands between you and what you want to see. Now is the time for you to be strong, to use your minds and voices, to be gritty and resilient in the way that all the adults here at BART have seen you do repeatedly over the last years. Your view of the world is different from all the rest of us. It's a view that will give you insight into how to push those boundaries, how you influence and change those cultures, how you make the world into what you think we need. At times, though, you're going to feel anxious. You're going to miss the surety and the dedication and even the love that you feel here at BART. But take that image of the world that you want. Take hold of that anxiety and the uncertainty that you'll certainly feel occasionally, and use it to harness the imagination to fashion the world again that you know we need. Seniors, you've made your home here for several years, your waking home. In that time, you've grown, matured, and you've refined yourselves through classes and assignments, performances and projects and field trips, through walks along the rail trail and cross-country runs, and through other sports, through writings and presentations and art created and mathematics discovered. You've locked yourself in the building and spent the night here. You've even climbed to the top of Mount Greylock on at least a few occasions. And through it all, BART provided you the environment for your growth and for that maturation. Your teachers and coaches and families and classmates provided encouragement and support. And now, we're all here looking right at you. We want to see what that world that you're going to build is going to be. Those of us remaining at BART wish you strength and joy and kindness. We carry the memory of you, oh yeah, we do, and all that you accomplished here. But you now bear the permanent mark of BART. So be well, be strong, and be kind. We see promise in you. We see the civilization that you're going to be as an important one that we need. And we're all eager to live alongside you in that world. Now I have a message not for the seniors. They're still here, but I'm not looking at them. This is for all the family members and friends and everybody else that has been touched by these young people. It's important to call the fact that today we are here celebrating them. That's necessary. It's an official part of what we do here in their education. But one of the things that's important for me to say is thank you. Thank you for daily getting them here to school. Thank you for repeatedly encouraging them when things seem really, really tough to stick it out. Thank you for all that you did, everything that you did to get them here. So. introduce Senior Nay Awatare to give us a senior reflection.
Throughout these 4+ years, I've learned that it is easier to navigate through my days at BART as if I was starring in a cartoon rather than trying to process every single bit of goofiness that I come across. I made this comment to my brother, and instead of calling me delusional, he nodded his head in agreement. He said, "You know, that kind of makes sense. You and your classmates all operate like main characters. So instead of 1 or 2 main characters in the imaginary cartoon that I made up in my head, there are 32, in which every senior is equipped with their own interesting and dramatic storyline. For more than 4 years, these stories have been meshed and intertwined together to form our senior class story, one of joy, heartbreak, and triumph. So welcome to the series finale episode of the BART 2023 graduating class. I do apologize for not coming up with a more creative title for this makeshift show. But before the end credits roll, I'd like to take a moment to reflect upon the moments that have defined my experience at BART. I'm not going to sit here and say that every moment was picture perfect. In fact, most of my greatest moments were imperfect and messy. To kick off this return to memory lane, I'm going to do it through a tradition some of you are familiar with, shout-outs. In case you do not know, when I say I have a shout-out, you respond with shout out. And I want great enthusiasm behind it, folks, okay? We'll start. I have a shout out. Shout out! There we go. I'd like to shout out the love-hate relationship I have with the hit song Stacy's Mom that has developed over the past couple of months. After overcoming the fight or flight response the song has put me in, after hearing it every day for approximately 2 weeks or so, I've learned to appreciate how it has become the national anthem for this graduating class. Who knew that such an obnoxious song can quell our conflicts and unite us? I have a shout out. Shout out! I'd like to shout out the chaperones who supervised the Boston overnight trip. For adults who were surrounded by hostile teenagers that were at each other's throats, you all handled the situation fairly well. However, I found it even more impressive that regardless of how high the tensions were those first 2 days, we as a class were able to resolve our differences, a theme that shines in each and every one of our stories. We argue a lot, as people do, as family does, but we also forgive. I have a shout out. Shout out! Shout out to all my fellow senior athletes. I played 2 sports this year, not well I will admit. This fault does not mix well with the fact that I don't like losing. So I spent a lot of time during soccer and frisbee season fantasizing about quitting. However, there was always a fellow senior around the corner convincing me to stick it out a bit longer. Seeing the perseverance, the determination, and the dedication they demonstrated convinced me. Did it make me a better athlete? Can't say it did. But these values influenced my own. I have a shout out. Shout out! This is the last one, I promise. I'd like to shout out those who mobbed me after I arrived at prom an hour late last year. Initially, I thought I was being jumped. I mean, an entire gaggle of students running at you, screaming and hollering would make you think the same. But after that stressful afternoon that I had the same day, it warmed me and my heart to know that there are people who are excited to see me, that there are ways to unconventionally love someone. The life lessons my classmates have taught me will stick with me. If there's one thing high school has taught me, it is that you have to be willing to learn through example and from those around you. So, I hope you all are willing to learn once more. As you all gave me something to take from this experience, I want to give you something in return as a token of my love, commitment, and appreciation. Live every day with the intention of creating memories that you can cherish in 2 months, 2 years, and 2 decades even. Don't let your fear overcome your desire to win. Put your best foot forward and always put yourself first. Never let anyone put out the flame that burns so brightly within each and every one of us. Remember, we are the BART class of 2023, and we are fighters. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Ivan Chen and Faylee Davis to the podium.
Today, we gather to celebrate the prowess and tenacity of our peers, many of whom we consider friendly acquaintances, lifelong friends, and even family. As I stand upon the stage, adorned with the gown and cap symbolizing the end of my time at BART, I gaze affectionately upon the faces of my peers, teachers, staff, and family who have dedicated their time and a significant factor of their life towards our success as the BART 2023 senior class. While many of us have spent nights and days toiling relentlessly throughout the year, eager and passionate to ensure we would all be able to approach this stage today, many others guided and helped us along the way. At this time, we ask the following faculty members to please rise. Mr. Bergen, Mr. Shatan,
Ms. Shalakaba,
Mr. Lee,
Ms. Hathaway,
Mr. Dewan,
Mr. Lynch,
Ms. Maselli,
Ms. Mazda,
Ms. Shasi,
Ms. Trainer,
Ms. Conway,
Ms. Weiscotton,
and Ms. Long.
These faculty and staff members have helped us through the difficulties of traveling to Boston, organizing school plays, and even the worst of the worst. They've endured us every single day. With the constant bickering between us and these faculty members, it's a surprise that they still love us. Our connection is unparalleled, and as a token of our gratitude, we would like to give them a carnation. These carnations symbolize the everlasting bond that we have. May this moment forever cement us with you guys. At this time, I would like to invite the class of 2023 to rise. And we will now hand out the carnations.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Jordan Zaviter to the stage for senior reflection.
I remember walking into BART in the 6th grade and reminding myself to keep my expectations low. I was scared of moving on to a completely new chapter in my life. I didn't really know anyone and they didn't know me. I was scared of the change. As I'm sure you know, we all had to bear this same struggle. As we sit here today, we bear a very similar struggle. One where we find ourselves face to face with something new and have no idea what to expect. Whether that is college or a start to a new career, we're all here to move forward to the next chapter of our lives, and we leave with that very same anxiety that we once had walking in. As I'm sure we've all been doing, I pondered the thought of where we're going to go and what we're going to do, and I found that there's no real way of telling. But what I can tell is that after being with these people for so many years and witnessing our bonds grow closer, these are some of the most in-depth and genuine people you will ever meet. Everyone here is going to leave an impact on the world for the better, whether that's being the next president of the United States or waving hi to a next-door neighbor. These are the people that this world needs. When I see this class, I'm not worried about them getting out of here, giving up. I see a group of compassionate and beautiful people who are ready for whatever they may face. We've all seen each other at our worst, and we've all seen each other at best. We've grown together as people. We all work together to improve and educate ourselves and educate each other. We look to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. We are all going to walk away from this part of our lives, and we're all going to look back on our years here and remember the relationships we had built and the people we became. Because of each other, we have made ourselves into the people we are today, and we're going to take what we have learned and bring it with us and make the world a better place. At this time, I'd like to call up classmates Isaac Huberto and Malachi Matthews.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Malachi Matthews.
And my name is Isaac Huberto.
Before we introduce our guest speaker, I would like to gloat about how amazing she is. This person is a teacher that I've had for many years and with whom I have shared many of my school memories. My favorite memory was this year during our physics class. We were doing a marshmallow experiment, but our class was small and things got silly. We had a lot of fun throwing marshmallows around, trying to catch them in our mouths, and ultimately it ended in a marshmallow war, where we catapulted marshmallows at her and Mr. Grzanich.
Over the course of her senior year, not a single event has gone by without her getting involved in some way. Whether it be our senior week activities, our hike around Pleasant Valley Wildlife Sanctuary, and our hike to the top of Mount Greylock, or our 3-day adventure in Boston, she's always been there to help us make the most of it. Last year, she even went out of her way to take on the role of our physics and pre-calc teacher mid-year. She did a fantastic job picking up where we left off and carried us to our junior finish line. Not a day has gone by these past years in which I haven't heard something positive about her. Her kindness knows no bounds, and I can tell you through my own experience that she is a teacher who stands up to uphold BART's core values.
It is with great pleasure that we get this opportunity to introduce our senior class nominee speaker. She's been with us through thick and thin throughout the past 7 years.
She's been dealing with us since we were annoying little turds in 6th grade and has watched us grow into mostly responsible adults. The mostly responsible adults we all should be.
She is not just a teacher, but a mentor, guide, and role model who is leaving a lasting impact on the class of 2023.
So without further ado, please welcome our beloved teacher,
Miss Amy Wiles.
Hello, everybody. Oh, thank you. And thank you for, and welcome. Wait, sorry. I need to start over. I gotta pull myself together here. So, hello, everyone, and welcome to BART to help me honor and celebrate the class of 2023. I will miss you all. Each and every one of you. I gotta pull myself together, sorry. As we have all created really strong bonds together over our years, you will not be forgotten. Actually, we just can't forget you. You have impacted our community in such a way that we just cannot. The legacy you have created here is truly amazing, and I'm so happy for the friendships that have been created between you all over these last 7 years. That is amazing. During your time at BART, the variety of personalities in this group has created good dynamics together as a peer group that will never be matched. Overall, you've created a beautiful community here at BART. I feel fortunate enough to have been here to teach you, support you, and watch you grow through these years. We have all grown together. You have accepted each other and created a wonderful culture around you that just can't be compared. I'm lucky to have experienced it with you. It all began on August 22nd, 2016. When 22 of the graduates here today started 6th grade with me. I was your science teacher, and you are ready to begin a new phase in your life, middle school. Oh, those are some interesting times as you were learning, interacting with peers, and creating friendships and growing. Well, some of you anyway. In science, we learned about the relationships of structure and function of the world around us, whether it was through life science or the introduction to the cells, and what are the structures and functions of our bodies, and how is the universe organized, and what's the relationship between the Earth and the Moon. We learned about science and about each other. Being 11 years old isn't easy, and it wasn't going to be easier for a while. We learned about the phases of the moon. Can you still identify a waxing crescent moon? Are any of you thinking about the song I taught you? Are you singing it right now? Are any of you willing to sing it right now? Yeah.
Apples on the right, high over there he goes, waiting on the right.
We had a lot of good times. Do any of you still think about science fair? Have nightmares about it? I know I do. Still, we were able to grind out iron from our breakfast cereal, or compare the brands, or watch how plant roots were affected when the environment was rotated over time, and how the temperature of a magnet would be affected by, or the temperature of the magnet affects its strength. We learned a lot and grew even more. Your beautiful characters were shining bright and challenged the systems along the way to figure out who you were. If you remember anything about middle school, you know that they were difficult years, as those were the teen years. Teachers try to teach, students try to learn who they are. Some of them are focused and looking to learn, and others were here to create the environment of the day. It all became the history that many of us have been reminiscing over these last few weeks of your high school years as they wound down. You've come so far over these years. You were trying to figure out who you were. We, the teachers, were trying to keep order. I know this class kept our beloved Mary Grace Brown busy. She's always saw the positive in each of you and challenged you to do better. Let her advice help guide your choices in the future. You've kept us hopping over these years with your rascally behaviors. Boy, does this group have some personality and character. It was lively and fun to be around. I thank you for all the joy, and maybe don't thank you for all the gray hairs you've given me, but I wouldn't trade them for anything at this point. I will count them up as experience points for the students who I will never forget. You just recently reminded me of a day in 8th grade where I held you after the bell and one of you said, "Free 8A." And you began chanting. Yep, there are many characters in this group and have given me those experience points. We have our trying times and our bonding times that made each of us smile. We created more positive chants, like the one from 8th grade advisory, in which we created a roll call that was a simple, "Oh, oh, oh, Wiles, advisory," and continue to sing that through the year. That was a busy year for all of us. We completed our Curating the Culture of Respect program with the Clark and walked all around Williamstown so we didn't have to go back to class, and experienced and created great memories. We all continued to grow. When 8th grade ended and we wished each other well, we moved on into high school. In March of 9th grade, COVID hit and changed our worlds, separating us and causing us to go completely digital. You didn't come back into the building until April of your 10th grade year, and you sure did come back strong. You'd grown so much, and I think missed each other so much that your bonds grew even stronger. When you were juniors, I stepped in as your teacher to help some of your classes finish out the year. Little did you know that I was going to teach your 12th grade physics, ecology, and advisory class, and that came with a lot of opportunity to spend time with you again. You've grown so much, and I'm glad to have gotten the opportunity to strengthen these bonds with you as I have taught some of your high school classes over these last 2 years. That makes 4 out of 7 years that I've been able to teach you and build memories together. I think this is pretty amazing. I'm so happy that I was able to be such a big part of this group's senior class, as they are a group that will be known as a close, kind, family-like group. We have built so many positive memories this year. I'll never forget our trip to Boston, where we visited lots of colleges, sang as we walked through the streets of Boston, bought exotic fruits, taught some Irish lads to play pool, even when you were beginners. You are kind to others. We even sat with Mr. Green to critique a young man's resume because he was looking for advice and help. You've all felt confident helping him because you've already learned resume skills here at BART. This group of students is one of the kindest, funniest, caring groups of students that I have seen in a long time. And it's not just because of one of you, it's because of all of you. You make this world a better place, even if there are little wild and crazy times. You all wanted as much time together as we could get. It's been eventful. You all wanted things that brought us together, like our trip to Pleasant Valley Wildlife Sanctuary to learn about nature and have times to spend together. We have taught each other, and those are lessons that I will never forget. Thank you for those experience points I have gained over these last 7 years surrounded by you. I wish I could clone myself to come and help encourage each and every one of you on your new journeys in life. I have so much admiration for you and look forward to hearing about your new adventures as you continue growing in this world. Never stop growing. And thank you for being you. I want to leave you with a quote from F. Scott Fitzgerald that says, "For what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early, to be who you want to be. There's no time limit. Start whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There's no rules to this thing. We make the best or the worst of it. I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things that you've never felt before. And I hope you meet people who have a different point of view. I hope you live a life that you're proud of, and if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start over again. I know you can, and if you need a reminder, just get a hold of me, and I will encourage you to start over again, because I believe in you. You will be that lawyer, that police officer, psychology major, fashion designer, aerospace engineer, marine biologist, tattoo artist, game designer, theater major, as well as many, many more. I will always remember you. Thank you.
I don't know how she got through that after that intro. It's truly amazing. It is my honor as BART's principal this morning to give you some encouragement and to celebrate with you for a few minutes. on this important day. Right now, I am trembling, I am nervous, I am proud, I am devastated to see you go, and I am so excited for what comes next for you. As we've heard throughout all of the things that have been said today, this class has always been about connection. Against any odds, you will connect with your community. You expect things from one another. You offer things to one another. It has been amazing to see in these unprecedented times for everyone, but definitely for our high school. Don't get me wrong, you're all exceptionally strong individuals as well. You've experienced so much in your years on this planet, and you know who you are and about yourselves. And you've thought so thoroughly about the things that you've experienced, and we've got to hear that reflection. Yesterday, I walked in on quite a scene as you all passed around a red Solo cup, and the person who was holding it would just receive words of affirmation and love from everyone around them. I've never seen a display of affection, a display of camaraderie, an outward show of emotion from a class like happened yesterday. I watched as you all became just like beating hearts in a room, just clinging to each other with pride and nostalgia and just full of joy, making the next step. I believe that you will retain these connections, and even more, the connections that you've made here will inspire you to connect to the bigger world outside of BART. There is so much temptation to disconnect these days, to hold conversations over Zoom or cancel plans that you didn't really want to make in the first place. It turns out that life is a group work assignment. And we know we would rather do it on our own. It would be easier and faster, but look what we would miss. This mixture of people right here, you all made each other shine, together and apart. As I read throughout the year, I occasionally put things aside that remind me of BART students, hoping that I have just the right quote when this moment comes, and I need to be a principal and tell you something beautiful about yourselves. And I think I found it, guys. Here we go. This was from the book The Power of Kindness by Piero Ferrucci. For the generous person, borders are permeable. What is yours, your suffering, your problems, are also mine. This is compassion. What is mine, my possessions, my knowledge, my abilities, my time, my resources, my energy, this is yours. That is generosity. When I think about a class that has schooled us in both compassion and generosity, I think of all of you. For just a moment, think of everything we've celebrated together. We've done this already a little bit, but I get to claim my time too. Think of who we've grieved together. Think of conflict we've experienced, the relationships we've forged, the obstacles you have overcome. The best part is, everything that you've experienced here can be rearranged, reflected on, and used as you move forward in the rest of your life. Remember, part of thriving is overcoming. And we need a community to do that. My advice, go where the people are, and people. Find a place where you are working for that community's good. Tie up your well-being and that community's well-being, and then thrive. Don't forget to use your wisdom that you have already learned. You know the pattern. Do the work. Reflect. Adjust. Do it again. Right? That's something we know so well. You can truly trust yourself. You can build the networks that you need, and you will strengthen any community you join as you leave our school. When I think of compassion and generosity, energy and optimism, I will think of you. My best to you as you launch into the world. Welcome our college counselor, Stephanie Roselli to the podium for the presentation of the awards.
I get to give out money. Yeah. Today is a day of celebration and inspiration. As we gather here, we take a moment to recognize and award local scholarships to some exceptional individuals among us. This moment not only honors the hard work, dedication, and achievements of these bright young minds, but it also reflects the collective effort of our community to invest in their futures and empower them to reach their full potential. Seniors, if you hear your name, please take a moment to stand, be acknowledged, wave, say hello. This scholarship, generously endowed by the Adams Community Bank, is intended for a graduating student who has demonstrated academic achievement, initiative, perseverance, community service, and positive class spirit. These wonderful skills closely mirror the core values used daily at the bank, as Adams Community Bank provides trusted financial services to their customers. This year's scholarship recipients in the amount of $500 are Josiah Hilton and Layla Shabour. Fun fact, you'll get to hear from me in December when I hunt you down for your transcripts. The next scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to a student who will be pursuing an undergraduate degree who shares Berkshire Bank's commitment to community service and volunteerism. With only 8 scholarships awarded throughout all of Massachusetts, I'm excited to share that one of BART's students has received this award in the amount of $2,500, Corey Lynch. Federal Credit Union scholarships are awarded to students who exemplify positive community spirit and demonstrate respect and concern for their peers in everything they do. This year's recipient, receiving the amount of $500, is Ruby Palero Clark. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. This merit-based program provides credit towards tuition for up to 8 semesters of undergraduate education at a Massachusetts state college or university. To be eligible, students must score at the advanced level on one of the 3 MCAS tests, be it ELA, mathematics, or one of the STEM, and they must score proficient or higher on the remaining 2 MCAS tests. Additionally, for charter school students, they must have a combined score from the 3 tests that place them in the top 25% of students at their school or the district where they reside. This year's John and Abigail Adams Scholarship recipients are Ivan Chen, Kaylee Davis, recipients, 6 of them are opting to go to a public school where that credit will go towards their tuition. Woo! The Lions Club of Adams has strongly stressed the importance of community service and strives to improve their local communities in a variety of manners. This year's Lions Club of Adams Scholarship recipient, in the amount of $750, goes to Skylar Durant. Guido Maciero. A physical education and health teacher for 37 years, he was committed to personal health and well-being. His curiosity and enthusiasm for these subjects was unabated throughout his life. In addition, he was the visionary behind Guido's Fresh Marketplace, a family business that has operated since 1979 in Berkshire County. High school students who are residents of Berkshire County who are entering their first year of college to pursue studies in physical education, health and wellness, or business studies are eligible. Through the Berkshire Taconic Community Foundation, this year's recipient is Ivan Chen. And through another local organization here in Adams, the Maple Grove Civic Club awards their scholarship in the amount of $250 to Annalise Ahoon. Congratulations to all of our award recipients and to all of the class of 2023. Please remember you are tomorrow's leaders. The doctors, the artists, the engineers, the educators, and the activists. You can shape the world in ways you cannot even imagine. Embrace this responsibility. Embrace it with humility, empathy, and a commitment to making a difference. You are about to enter a world beyond these familiar walls, so embrace the unknown with open hearts and open minds. You're entering a world with challenges and uncertainties, but it is in those moments that your education becomes your biggest asset. The knowledge you gained or will gain, the skills you honed and will continue to do so, and the friendships you have formed and have yet to be made will all serve as the foundation upon which you all build your lives. Never stop learning, never stop trying, and never stop remembering how much you matter. Congratulations, class of 2023. You have accomplished great things, and even greater things lie ahead for you all. Thank you. I'd like to welcome Principal Hadley back to the podium for the presentation of diplomas.
We've all been waiting for. Will the front row of graduates please stand? Annalise L. Ahoon. We also need to pause for a moment. It's a BART romance. Caitlin Rose Daniels. Alexander Francis Delvia. Justin Edward Demers. Skylar Daniel Durant. Leah Zoe.
What did I say? Not this time.
Come on here, Franklin.
Isaac R. Huberto. Josiah Christopher Lindsay. Ariana Autumn Jones. Riley Jallis. Elliot Fields Fair.
I was a whistle. There's no way. A whistle.
Matthew Theodore Lizzo. Corey James Lynch. Jacob Mandel. Malachi Marcus Ward Matthews. Ranger Griffin McGinnis. Layla Eileen Pedroza.
Are you just documenting? Shut your mouth. These are Thaylin's friends.
Liliana Eva Pisano. Ruby Aurora Rose Flowers. Xavier Shearing. Marvin Stefanik. Ne Awa Toure. There's gonna be lots of hugs. Matthew A. Weisgott. We're really excited this year. The Commonwealth has implemented a program in which people can receive a Seal of Biliteracy on their diploma as they've graduated. This is BART's first Seal of Biliteracy, so congratulations. Jordan Dante Zaviter. You may sit down. That was truly my honor. And at this point, I will pass the microphone over to Dr. Jim.
Okay, this is really important. You are now part of an academic history that stretches back about half a millennium. And what that tradition, or what that history includes, are a body of traditions. One, we're getting ready to enjoy right now. You'll notice that the tassel that's on your mortarboard is a sign of academic accomplishment. If you wear it on the right side, that means that you are worthy of the accomplishment. If you wear it on the left side, that means that you have achieved that academic accomplishment, which you certainly have done today. So what I want you to do is make sure that you have your tassel on the right side. Everyone stand. Everyone in the senior class, stand for me. And what we're going to do on the count of 3, when we all get to 3 together, I want you to take your tassel, move it over to the left side. So, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the last official act done, I present to you BART's graduating class of 2023.
Thank you.